Hi everyone, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a shared collective reading, so you need to figure out if and where it fits in your life. If it fits, utilize it. If it doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or you're off your path or anything like that. It just might mean that you're doing something different than the majority of the viewers of this video. This video is originally created for Monday, July 18th, but it is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it's found its way here and it makes sense, by all means, use it. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video. In there are some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing my readings. Ways to support the channel, how to contact me for a private reading, what decks I'm using, all of that stuff is in there. Simple ways you can support the channel: hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when new content goes up. I put up a daily video every day. You can share the video out on your social media, wherever it's most welcome, in your groups and things like that. And also, leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate those too, especially if you're new. Let me know you're here, that you've arrived, kind of thing. So let's see. I will be referencing the Sunday reading, which happened yesterday. It will populate at the end of this video in the lower left-hand corner. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see present, I'm referring back to that reading because those cards underpin the cards we're looking at today. Oh my god, the dogs are driving me nuts. So let's see what the card is for today. The Queen of Cups. Interesting that she shows up because in the Sunday reading, like I said, that we have the King of Cups in the midweek. Queen of Cups is empathy, wisdom, and calm. She's also highly, highly intuitive, right? She is the cups upon cups. Queens represent cups, and then, cups is obviously the emotions, the intuition. Excuse me, I need a sip of water. And our higher understanding of things, right? It's that more nurturing feminine aspect of the emotional realm. And so if we find ourselves being extra intuitive today or getting hits on things that pertain to a situation that might not necessarily be all that pleasant, because in the Sunday reading we have that Seven of Swords underneath this. Listen to your intuition, listen to your sort of nurturing nature, care for yourself during this time as you move through this. The Queen of Cups is kind of here in my mind to sort of, the way I perceive her is she's here to sort of maybe protect us, nurture us, and this may come from within us, right? So this might be an aspect of ourselves where we need to channel that own nurturing, that own care, so that whatever is going on around us that we might find challenging or hard to deal with, we're not necessarily getting fully rocked by it, right? We sort of intuitively or emotionally know how to keep ourselves protected, safe, grounded, nurtured in this situation, right? So I like that she shows up here because it feels like she's heralding the beginning of the King of Cups, which is the underpinning midweek card. So it feels like we're starting to tap into how we feel about a situation, what we intuitively know about a situation, and that's going to help to inform us, I think, in what next steps to take. Those next steps, though, should be based in sort of more compassion and love and nurturing than anything else. So whether we're nurturing the situation or ourselves while dealing with the situation, remember to really touch base with how you feel about something, how you intuitively might know something is either off, not right. And then instead of getting rocked emotionally, I mean, she could represent an influx of emotions because she is cups upon cups, but I feel like she's somewhat empowered to assist us to move through this gracefully. It may not be graceful at first, but we can gather our sort of wits about us and balance in the emotionality of whatever it is that we're facing that could be challenging us. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because you want to I kind of feel like she's a more softer, subtle energy. She has the ability to kind of get a little too emotional at times, but I don't think that's the case with this. I think this is about us maybe going inward, really having a conversation with ourselves in how do we nurture ourselves through this, how do we protect ourselves, how do we sort of almost heal our perception of the situation and our emotional connection to the situation rather than try and avoid it or hide away from it or resist it, right? She's not going to resist. She's going to sink into her feelings. She's going to own her feelings. She's going to, trust her intuition, her inklings of how she best might want to handle moving forward, right? Now let's look at the White Light Oracle. We have Alabaster Tablet of Layla. Interesting. Card number 41. Look at how her intuition, like there's this light around her crown and her third eye. They're kind of coming together. This is a very feminine reading. I'm going to say that right out of the gate. So again, that gives me more nurturing vibes and calm, peace. Even if like the world or the environment around us doesn't feel peaceful, we can attain that peace or give ourselves that peace from our own knowing, from our own intuition, from our own emotional well-being, right? Even if we don't necessarily feel well about a situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to rock us. I love that the Alabaster Tablet of Layla is turned inward towards the Queen. It kind of feels like she is, it's almost as if the Queen is our self, right? Our emotional self. The Alabaster Tablet of Layla looks to me like the higher self kind of coming in and hovering over the Queen of Cups, right? Channeling like a sort of a psychic or intuitive message down to that queen, and that queen is ready to receive. Queens are always receptive, right? And when I see that third eye and crown lit up, this could be a highly, what's the word, like not only emotional, but I don't necessarily mean emotional in a bad way, but it could be emotional and intuitive day. That's just the vibe that I'm getting before even reading the definition of the Alabaster Tablet of Layla. She feels very much like a Queen of Cups in her own right, if not even a higher being of that sort of emotional realm. So I'm going to read to you that story. The numerological value of the Alabaster Tablet of Layla, say that 10 times fast, it's 41, which is a 5. Fives are about change, right? They are temporary, but so there might be a shift or change happening in our perception, in how we feel about something, in how we intuitively know about a certain situation. That could be going on too, and we need to listen to our higher self at this time. That's sort of that aspect of the Alabaster Tablet of Layla. I feel like this is our higher self coming in. It's more gentle, it's more quiet, and it's trying to maybe give us insight into what we need to do or how we need to feel in regards to a certain situation so that we can move through it and beyond it. So let me read this story to you. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness, and an understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. This may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. The angel Layla heralds from Talmudic scriptures. Unlike any other angel, she is specifically described as a feminine being. Layla is a reminder that there is a place only the feminine can fill. And it's interesting to me too, because we have the Queen of Cups here, guys, and she is like cups upon cups, so she is like feminine upon feminine. If we attempt to live out our lives skewed towards the masculine, we will miss out. There's a great value in masculine tendencies towards exploration, adventure, progress, and development. However, the feminine tendencies towards compassion, acceptance, kindness, and mercy are a balancing necessity. For humanity to survive, these dual wisdoms need to find balance and integrate into mature expression in every human heart. The appearance of Layla in a reading suggests the feminine must lead at this time. Allow the way to be shown rather than directing a path based on your current perspective. Layla, and it's interesting it says that. It says allow the way to be shown rather than directing a path based on your current perspective. The Queen of Cups would be more in that, like I said, in that receiving mode. So as the way is being shown to us, she's going to intuit and tap into it and see which feels right. right? There's an interesting thing too with this Queen of Cups. Her eyes are covered, so we might have to feel our way through this situation rather than, you know, see an outcome or a goal and look at it and go after it. This is more about, and also Layla's eyes are closed too, so we have to go inward today rather than look for external cues of what to do. So, Layla is a guardian angel watching over all transitions, including the transition of the soul into the embryo during conception and the guiding of the soul out of the body and into the realms of light when a physical life draws to a close. Alabaster was lauded by the ancient Egyptians as a guardian stone, which leads the soul toward the light during times of transition. The alabaster tablet of Layla indicates that you are navigating a significant transition. It may be that your outer life is going through change, or it may be that inner changes are happening within your soul, or both. You may not know how to traverse the shifting inner and outer landscapes, but this oracle advises you that this great angel is guiding you faithfully and effectively. In the Talmud, Layla teaches wisdom to all souls before they are born. She then strikes the upper lip of the infant at the moment of birth, creating the indentation at the upper lip and causing the child to forget everything they know. Life is then the journey of reconnection and rediscovery. The alabaster tablet is a crystalline scripture. Its vibration encourages the soul to seek the light and the spiritual path, sparking remembrance of inner truth. It helps us remember the sacred purpose for which we were born. If you feel out of your depth or in need of more information or understanding, this oracle reassures you that it is okay to not know everything right now. The answers you need shall become clear at the right time. All is within. That is also Queen of Cups energy, and it's interesting. It says you don't need to know all of the information right now, meaning that Seven of Swords that underpins this, that maybe confuses us, confounds us, or is lying to us. We don't necessarily have to solve it right away. It could eventually solve itself. So, Layla is maternal, protective, and devoted to the human collective. Her name can translate as night. She is able to traverse our own spiritual nights, whether they be periods before, after, or during our lives when we are going through a dark night of the soul. Layla is there reminding us that spirit will always show a way, and within us is the wisdom to find it. Crystals are embodied light, and alabaster in particular emanates the white light frequencies. It is highly reputed as a drawing stone, absorbing negative energies and attracting the light of spirit into your heart and life. The alabaster tablet is created from a sheet of alabaster that energetically sheathes the soul, deflecting interference through its invisible protective shield. This oracle encourages you to perform a spiritual cleansing that feels right for you, sealing your work with a protective shield of white light. You can accomplish this by calling upon the alabaster tablet of Layla, combining the sacred earth medicine of alabaster and the celestial angelic protection of Layla using the healing process below. The healing process, as you relax and become increasingly aware of your breath flowing in and out, allow yourself to be present in this moment. Let your awareness shift from the daily world to the sacred inner world. You can see, sense, visualize, or feel that sacred inner world as you read or listen to this description of below. There is a point of light within your heart. As you notice that light, it rapidly expands and you feel a sense of love and recognition. You know without knowing how you know that this light is a friend from long, long ago. The light becomes a beautiful feminine angel. Her light shines like a gentle sun, and you feel warmed in her presence. She casts her hand, and a path appears. It is your path, the best way for you to proceed. Notice how you feel about this path. Can you accept it, embrace it, trust it? As you take a step, you realize she is with you. Your heart then remembers she has always been with you, and shall always be with you. Settle into this connection with her for as long as you wish, knowing that even when you return to your daily activities, your remembrance of her being with you during this exercise will have shifted something deeply for you. It will allow you to trust and feel more loved and connected to that which is beautiful and true. That would also be Queen of Cups energy, guys. To complete this healing process, ground yourself with some gentle movement and plenty of hydration. Now let's look to the hidden truth and see what this says. I miss being with you. When I see this, I instantly, especially with the spirituality of the both of these other two cards, to be honest, right? The Queen of Cups is so emotionally connected and intuitively connected, and then the alabaster tablet of Layla, I'm seriously getting this higher self vibe from it. So like we might be connecting into our higher self. This I miss being with you feels like our higher self sending a message to us, right? Like I miss that connection. sort of self-assuredness that you can get through like meditation or communion with your higher self, rather than, you know, getting caught up in the confusion, the, like, you know, miscommunications of day-to-day world and the situations that we face, right? When we think about I miss being with you, this doesn't necessarily feel like a sad card. It just feels like an acknowledgement to me that we might need to connect to our higher self, or our higher self is asking to connect to us, to enlighten us and give us a little bit of peace and harmony, and uh, settle us as things around us may be feeling a little bit unsettled with that Seven of Swords energy underneath us, right? So there's an opportunity to transform the negativity of the Seven of Swords this week. I really saw that in the Sunday reading. I'm also feeling that now. So don't focus on what is wrong or not working. Rather, go inward and focus on what you know to be true within yourself, not only intuitionally, but also spiritually or emotionally. That's going to answer all your questions and connect you and help you be better prepared to deal with whatever you are dealing with. That is your forecast. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow. It should be a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.